We've all seen this guy online, maybe seen the movie, but who really was he? A child king who defeated over 200,000 Muslims in the 12th century at 16 years old. An expert horseman and swordsman, all while suffering from a disease that made both of those things extremely painful. This is King Baldwin IV. He was born into a kingdom that was very powerful, but it was surrounded by enemies. It was a time of peace, but suspended peace. They got along, but only because they knew each side knew so many people were gonna die if war happened. Baldwin was diagnosed at 9 years old with leprosy. What is leprosy? Leprosy is a horrible disease where basically your skin melts off. Imagine being expert swordsman and horseman in a full suit of armor with leprosy. That constant chafing, that constant pain. Iron-minded guy, this guy. So King Baldwin became king at 13 years old. He kept the peace for 2 years. When he became 15, he wanted all the smoke. He did not re-sign the peace treaty with the Muslim king, King Saladin, and he starts raiding Saladin's territories while Saladin's armies are out and distracted. Eventually, the two armies meet and battle. Keep in mind, Baldwin is 16 at this time, and Saladin is nearly 40 years old and a very experienced military leader. Imagine being 16, up against grown men with entire armies behind both of you, and you're leading yours. Would you have those balls? So, Baldwin dominates Saladin's army. I mean, literally, for 4 days after the battle, Baldwin's people are chasing down scragglers from Saladin's army and either taking them as prisoners or executing them on the spot. Saladin and Baldwin develop an odd relationship after this. They both wanted to absolutely murder each other, but they also respected each other as leaders in their own craft. They poke and prod at each other. They sign a 2-year peace treaty for a bit, and after that treaty, Saladin decides to try to take Jerusalem, and he starts by moving on one of Baldwin's main cities at the time, Saladin thinks he's going to be able to move on this city without Baldwin knowing anything. Baldwin catches wind of this, and that's when he gives the legendary
"Assemble the army."
Even though he's told he'll die if he travels, Baldwin ignores this advice and goes anyway, leading his people into battle and fighting alongside them. So Baldwin catches up with Saladin before Saladin hits Montgessard. They both meet. So here's the picture. Saladin's rolling up to Montgessard, rubbing his hands together like, man, we caught this Christian city unoccupied. And then here comes Baldwin with Jerusalem. He pulls up. There are people carrying a huge cross built from what is believed to literally be some of the wood from Jesus's actual cross. Can you imagine that? So Saladin sees this, realizes everyone's gonna die, the Christians, the Muslims, so Baldwin allows Saladin to back his men out. He recommends that as the best option, and Saladin agrees. Saladin backs his men out and backs off Montgessard. Baldwin effectively protects Jerusalem. King Baldwin IV died at 24 years old with more accomplishments than most any man that walks the earth today. People love to bring up, oh, times were different. True, times were different, but biology is biology and age is age. 16 is 16, man. He had balls of steel. So if you think you're too young, if you think you're too weak, take this video as your sign. Get off your ass. Be like King Baldwin. Conquer!